This presentation is for the line zipper pouch. In this presentation, I'll be demonstrating for you steps 7, 8, and 9 of the project. So far, we've already carefully cut out our two pieces. This will be my outside piece. This will be my inside piece. I have secured the interfacing to both pieces. And now I am ready to apply the zipper. So I am going to place the zipper right side up on the long edge of the lining fabric. This is my inside. So I take my inside piece, I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to take my zipper. Now you can see that my zipper is extremely long, but that is not a problem. That's actually good. If your zipper is shorter, that's fine too. But you want to kind of center it on there so that this end and this end do not get in your way when you're sewing. So now I'm going to place this even with the raw edge of my fabric. I am now going to take my outside fabric and I'm going to place it face down on top. I'm lining everything up. As you can see, everything matches my raw edges of all three layers. That would be my inside, my zipper, and my outside are even. I'm now going to take my pins, and while I'm securely holding it, I'm going to go down and back up, down into the fabric, and then back up on the other side of the zipper teeth. So it will look like that when I've secured it. Let me finish securing mine, and then I am ready to sew. If you have a zipper foot, which I hope you have, you are going to place the zipper foot on your machine. Here's my zipper foot for this machine. My zipper foot, notice, has two sides. This is really an ideal zipper foot. Your zipper foots that come with our Genoa machines do not have the two sides. I don't have one here right now, but it just has one side. That's okay. Do you see the bar that goes across here? That is how I'm going to secure that to my machine. So I'm going to turn my camera towards my machine, get it in a little closer. There's a little lever back here that you're going to press a little, and it's going to release the foot. I take this foot off. I set this foot down underneath. I'm going to get my hand out of the way. And I'm just going to secure that on until that pops on. Now it's secure. I am ready to sew. I'm going to place my fabric under the machine and my zipper, and I'm going to lower my presser foot. My presser foot is right along the teeth of the zipper. I do not want to sew into the teeth. I'm going to lower my needle into the thread, into the fabric, into the fabric, and now I am ready to sew. You are going to want to back stitch or tie secure knots. So I'm going to come forward a few stitches. I'm going to pull my pins out as I go. I'm going to hit the back stitch and go backwards, those same number of stitches, and now I come forward. And I mean, it's barely 1/4 of an inch seam that I'm catching. That's why it's so important to have your 3 pieces even and secured relatively well. It looks like I could have used a few more pins. Going slow, I'm going to come all the way to the bottom of my fabrics. I don't have to sew to the end of the zipper. Again, I'm going to press my back stitch, come forward, and I am done. Let me show you that. It's hard to see the white on white, but I now have 3 layers. As in all sewing projects, you want to clip your threads as you go. You don't want to leave them all hanging, so I'm going to quickly clip off the excess thread at the end each of my seams. Now when I open this up, you are going to see that I have my zipper secured to both of my fabrics. I'm now going to go to the iron and give this a good press so that all 3 of these are laying down as well as possible. Okay, for the sake of time in this video, I've given it a good press already. I am ready to sew top stitch. This is step number 11 actually, so we're going on with step number 11. Because I have a 2-sided zipper foot, I'm going to switch to the other side. It will just make it easier. All you need to do is turn your fabric around and sew the other direction, and it'll be just fine. Again, I'm going to start with my needle in the fabric. You can't see well what I'm doing right now, but I am sewing through all 3 layers again. This is the outside fabric is on top, the zipper's in the middle, and my inside is on the bottom. So basically the layers look like I have the right side out, I have the 2 facings together, inner facings, and then my inside's on the back. I'm going to walk a few stitches by hand, then I am going to back stitch. I'm sewing right along the edge. The back stitch again. Once again, I want to cut off my excess thread as I go. Put it into my thread bucket. If you're at home and you do not have one of these tins, I like to use a mug. I could have done a better job, but here it is. You can see my white stitches. That's the top stitch. And we have now completed through step 11 of the zipper pouch.